I'm AJ Hab, and it's been a while since I've last posted. I did say I was going to try to post more, and I really did have a schedule plan, but then something at work came up. We've been losing people, so my work hours have increased, and then now I have a new availability. So what that means is I'm going to be working throughout the week. And that was when I was going to plan all my videos, so I'm going to try to see what I can work with, because I have the weekend off, so that's when I wanted to post. But hopefully I'll be able to do that. Also, thanks to you guys, I've hit 100 subscribers. Back in my mind is kind of wondering why I reached that count so quickly, but at the same time I'm still very grateful. Thank you to you 100 subscribers for following me, and I hope that I continue to create more videos at a decent amount of time, because I really want to create some ideas and get to throw my voice out there. This is a topic that really is hard for me to talk about sometimes, just because every time I do, or every time I hear a new thing about it, my panic disorder, my anxiety goes up. But I'm gonna get it out in the open because it's a lot to talk about. So if you're not aware, Sia has made a film called Music, which is about a nonverbal girl named Music who is also autistic. Now, before all this started, when we all first heard the news, I thought that was pretty cool, just because we don't have a lot of autism movies out there recently. So I thought this was going to be something new, something cool, and I don't know a whole lot about Sia. I just listened to some of her songs, some of her music. So I had my full faith in her, and then, Twitter happened. Basically, she did not respond well to some of the criticisms of the things that have been heard about her movie. If you haven't researched that controversy, I highly recommend it, because there's a lot to talk about. But in short, when some people with autism reached out to her through Twitter saying, hey, there are autistic actors. I'm getting ahead of myself. The reason they were saying this is because we found out that Sia casted Maddie Z for the titular role, and Maddie is not autistic. I have nothing against her for that, but I understand the frustration of not seeing an autistic actor being able to play an autistic character, and I'm sure that's not her fault. I'm sure there were situations where Maddie had to just go with it. But Sia, oh my gosh, how she responded was insulting. I don't remember off the top of my head what she said, but she basically said, F you to the people criticizing the film. She called some of the autistic actors who said, hey, I can play in this film. She just said, maybe you're just bad actors. Yeah, that really set me off. I remember going to my friends, told them the news. We were just so ticked, because that is so unprofessional. I get it. I would be a little frustrated too if my idea was met with some criticism, but just to respond like that, that's just wrong, so wrong. Oh my gosh, but it doesn't stop from there, this whole controversy. Second, Sia worked on this movie for some years, and she worked on it with Autism Speaks. I have no personal thing with Autism Speaks. She worked with that group, and as a result, there has been leak of scenes from the film that reached out to the internet, and one specific one is really set me off. I think I even had a panic attack that night finding out what happened. Basically, the one scene is the titular character Music. She's having a meltdown, she is reacting to something. I don't know what. I didn't really read into it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't know because there wasn't much revealed aside from this scene. But the thing was, Leslie Odom Jr.'s character basically restrained her to the ground and called it like restraining her with his love. I personally have never been restrained in my life. That's because that's my autism. That's my experience with autism. Like, I never had a situation where I had to be restrained. But I've read stories, I've heard stories of people who had such negative experiences being restrained. That should be a last resort when trying to reach out to somebody who's having a meltdown. For that kind of technique, which shouldn't be used as first action, to put that in a movie, that's just all kinds of wrong. There should have been other tactics used, and luckily I'm not the only one who thought this. One of my friends told me that he found more leaks of the film, and it's much worse than that one. I did not really go into it anymore because just reading about this news, hearing about this movie, raised my anxiety levels. And I was like, you know what, I just need to step back a bit from hearing this news because it's not doing well for me. I don't get angry a whole lot, but with anxiety, that's something new for me. I feel a little bit more angry sometimes, and because of that, what I sometimes feel as anger can turn into anxiety for me, can turn into panic attacks, so I gotta take care of myself. And then, just going by the latest news, well, not the latest, it's been a while, but this film has been nominated for Best Picture. See, you would think with this kind of controversy that's getting news articles, it would have been taken down by now from the Golden Globe nominations. And no, we have to have petitions to have this movie taken down. Definitely because this movie not only doesn't need to exist, but it should not be nominated for Best Picture. This film, I believe, will be a big, well, not big, I believe this will be a small attack on the autism community because I have some faith in humanity, but there are going to be some people who look at this film and think it's revolutionary to have this autistic character on screen. But that's the issue. This autistic character is either problematic or the story is problematic. Just, yeah, I'm feeling some anger and anxiety build up, so I'm gonna cut this short. I really hope that this film is cut from the Golden Globes. I hope Sia or any future director doesn't pull another move like this. If there's going to be a good autism movie, it has to be done by someone who has done the proper research, meaning no autism speaks. Hires an autistic actor. There are plenty out there. Or, just make the story about someone with autism, but not have it like a tragedy or a savior film for the neurotypical in that film. And as my experience as a starting writer, still working on my first book, I hope to someday write this novel idea I have about a character with autism. I'm not going to make it specifically about me. I'm making the story about how I feel about my autism. So it's going to be like this autistic character, but it's not going to be me. It's just some character I created in my head who has autism. Has Asperger's specifically because I have Asperger's. And should I ever be asked to adapt my story into a film, I'm definitely going to make sure it's going to be done by the right director who has the proper research. Okay, yeah, that was a lot. I would love to hear your thoughts on this music controversy because, yeah, I'm so glad many people are speaking their opinions about this, especially those from the autism community, because we matter. hopefully I get another video out soon by next week, or another idea. I'm still trying to figure out how to flex that around with my work. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you later.